leader is this man.
My name's Alan John Miller, but I'm actually Jesus.
I remember all of the events of my crucifixion.
Before he became Jesus, Miller was a Jehovah's Witness pastor, but fell out with the church over an incident with a prostitute.
I'm Jesus, this is Mary. And so
He lives outside Kingaroy in Queensland.
my first memories were having nails driven through my feet, and those memories began when I was just over 2 years of age. So I didn't put them together as, oh, I'm Jesus from that. And so I just sort of slotted it into the back of my head and went merrily on with my life until such a time as I started having a lot more specific memories about my life.
Is it true that your mother tried to commit you to a psychiatric ward?
Yes, it is true. Yeah. And so, and these are things that I knew would occur. This is why I went, what? I've got to, like, I'm having all these memories of who I am, and I realise all of these different things coming up, and I also think about my future, and I go, boy, do I really want to bite this off again? My mum and dad in the first century followed me around, telling everybody I was crazy for most of my ministry. So, you know, my father didn't even change his mind until my passing in the first century. My teachings are all about love, developing relationship.
No, they're not, AJ.
They are.
They're not. A lot of your teachings are about addictions, about emotions, about fear, about struggle.
No,
you take people into a sort of holocaust, an emotional holocaust.
Yeah, I can't agree with that, David. I'm sorry.
Well, that's what I see.
I just want to say, I don't think he would know Jesus if Jesus came and bit him in the arse.
Teachings, that's how we come to God.
AJ, do you always tell the truth?
I always attempt to, as far as I know it at that time, yes.
So, did you walk on water?
No?
Did you raise Lazarus from the dead?
Yes.
So you're saying that you did some sort of miracles, but not other sorts?
There's a few miracles in the Bible I didn't do, but the rest...
The rest you did?
The rest I did.
Like
AJ Miller shares his home in central Queensland with a woman 13 years his junior.
The way that I first met AJ was at a talk in my parents' home. They had invited him to be there, and he just happened to be in our living room giving a talk, and that's how we met, yeah.
Well, you have convinced Mary that she was Mary Magdalene.
How has he convinced me?
You did not think that you were Mary Magdalene
I never
before you
even
met
told
AJ.
Mary she was Mary Magdalene.
You didn't tell her?
No.
No, he didn't.
I did not. So how can you say I convinced Mary?
Well, after she meets you, she begins to think that she's Mary Magdalene.
Well, that's her. I never spoke to her about
You had no thoughts about that beforehand, did you?
No, but to be honest, I really had no idea who Mary Magdalene was.
How many Mary Magdalenes have there been in your life?
There's only one Mary Magdalene in my life.
But there's been others. Is it two, three?
No, you're not asking me, you're telling me.
All right, I'm asking you.
Okay.
Did you tell other girls before Mary that they were Mary Magdalene?
I told, yes, definitely.